Hello everybody, welcome back to my sunroom here in East Tennessee. It's April and it is time to start cutting back Big Red. My friend and member Wanda Shaw asked me a few months ago, can you show us how you trim back Big Red? So here we are. I've already trimmed off quite a bit of him. I'm going to give you like a little hint. Now's the time to start if you haven't already trimmed back your Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus. And when you do, if you have a plant this size, then you're going to want to give it about a 2-week time frame. You're going to start on one side of your Thanksgiving cactus if you've got one as big as Big Red here, and you're going to just work on it about 15-20 minutes every day. Instead of doing one big, huge cutting, it's going to take you quite some time. So what I've been doing is the last few weeks, I've been taking, like I said, about 20 minutes every day to work on him. And the back of it, the right that you see over here, this needs attention right in here. I can see there's some taller parts of the cactus that I need to tend to as well. But what I like to do is I like to shape it up over the course of a few weeks. Last year, I didn't do this. And oh my goodness, he grew gigantic over the past 2 years. Well, he was already gigantic, as you all know. But when I go a year without trimming him back, he really gets unruly. So what I keep in mind is you can take up to 1/3 of your plant off. You can trim 1/3 of it off without damaging anything. I don't cut back into the corky, listen to me, to the parts that look like cork. It looks like a tree trunk down in here. I don't cut this part. I only cut the top part that's green, not into the woody stem. So let me show you how I'm going to do this, and we'll get started on the back section of Big Red today. So all I do is I twist off the segments. Here's a segment here that really needs to be taken off. This is too tall. I just twist it gently, and sometimes they don't come off all that easy. But this is how I do it. I just twist it until it comes off. Now, as you see here, there's a tiny little root here that if you put this in water or down in soil, it's going to root. So if you have a plant that has, let's say one side of it is really, really pretty and full and the other side of it isn't, you can take this, you can root it either in soil or, like I said, in water. And then once it roots in water, you can just put it down in the soil where you have bare spots in your pots. So that's a really good thing to do this time of the year while they're in growth mode. I'm trying to get to this before he puts on many more new clades, but I'll be honest, I've been working on this for the past few weeks, and it's just like the more I work, the more there is to do. Like over here, this is very, very tall. I want to take it off. And I have taken off quite a bit of this plant. I've got some pictures of when I first started a couple of weeks ago, and you can see how much I've taken off already. But taking off 1/3 of it right now, I haven't even gotten close to 1/3 of this plant. So, yeah, I try to do as little damage as I possibly can. I really take my time. If something just doesn't give, like this right here is very, very thick, I'm not gonna mess with that. These are very easy to take off, sections like this. But once it gets down into, let me show you. Let me kind of, let me magnify this a little bit. do you see this corky part that looks like wood? I don't ever cut into that. That's the danger zone. He almost has like a tree trunk. He is so mature now. So I don't mess with that. I only remove the clades. And there's plenty of clades to remove without getting that deep down into that woody part. So now I'm going to start going into this area right here. There's a lot here to remove as well. So many of you have asked me through the years, how on earth do you cut him back? Well, a little bit at a time. I try to take a full 2-week time. Yeah, a full 2-week period. And just work on it a little bit. Then it's kind of like a haircut. It's exactly like a haircut. I'll stand back, I'll look and make sure that the proportions are right. But yeah, I learned this time not to ever miss a year because he's just too big. He grows too fast, too tall. And if I don't do this every year, he's going to get out of hand. And I really do want to keep him as compact as I can. Now, if you have one that's not so large and you're wondering, okay, mine is not compact and it's not as big as yours, so what do I do? Let me show you what I did to Snow White, and you'll see about a week's worth of work on Snow White because she's getting pretty big herself. Okay, so here's Snow White. She's not nearly as big as the last time that you saw her, but do you see how there's just a few places that she needs some work. You can take 2 clades off if you want to. You don't have to take huge sections off at a time. You can just go through and kind of groom them however it looks good to you. Someone asked me, how do I keep the growth at the top and not so much at the bottom? Luckily, mine kind of grow this way up, but I have one that grows straight down. So I think that it's pretty much up to the plant if it's going to grow a lot in the center like this one does, or you know, whether they're going to grow straight down. But I'm trying to get that one to start filling in the middle with new segments that I'm starting. I'll show you the one that I'm talking about. I'm just kind of trying to move around and give you all as much information today as I possibly can. Do you see that bloom over there on Snow White? Several of you have asked me, oh my gosh, they're still blooming. Yes, they're still blooming. So, okay, let me show you what I did with my pink Thanksgiving cactus. Okay, this is my pink Thanksgiving cactus, and yesterday I repotted her. I learned something yesterday. I had quite a bit of perlite in her pot, and when I went to repot this cactus, all of the perlite had pushed down to the bottom, and it was like a big rock on the bottom. So I'm going to be very careful using perlite in these pots from here on out. Yesterday, I used just a regular potting mix along with about 1/3 very small orchiata bark, and I mixed that up really well, and that's what she's in. I didn't put any extra perlite in her pot, but do you see how she grows down? So I've got some cuttings here, and when these cuttings root, I'm going to place them in the pot. I'm going to fill in that pot. This is a beautiful cactus. I love this one, but I want it more full. So in the back of that pot, I'm going to place some more cuttings, and then in a couple of years, I'm going to be able to shape it up, and it's going to look pretty and full. And as for Big Red, I'm probably going to be working for the next week, taking all these clades off. There's just plenty here. Oh my goodness, this thing is just so strong that sometimes the segments feel like plastic to me. They are just so, yeah, they're so strong. But I'm going to try my best to get this back about to 1/3 of its original size, so that when it blooms, it will bloom prettier. This past year, I noticed since I didn't get around to trimming it, it didn't bloom as well. I believe that they enjoy being cut back. I really do. At least he does. I think he just gets so many segments that he grows a lot of foliage, and then when it comes time to bloom, he's just got foliage and not many blooms. But I am talking about one this size. This one is huge. I've had this one in my care for 11 years, 10 or 11 years. When I got it, it wasn't huge like this. What I did, if you do want a huge one like this, is you can put it in a slightly bigger pot than what you would normally put one in. It seems like mine just filled out according to the pot size. I know that you hear a whole lot, don't put them in a very big pot. I think that's the reason why people tell you to do that, because when you put them in a large pot, the roots just go crazy, and then you end up with this. So I'm being very careful with my smaller ones. I'll be honest with you, I don't want another one this size. That's one reason why I'm very particular about pruning back Snow White, because if she gets as big as Big Red, then I'm going to need another sunroom. My husband kids with me all the time. He's like, "Do you want another sunroom?" I said, "Do you know what would happen if you built another sunroom? I would fill it full of plants, and then I would never sleep." Yeah. So I'm trying to keep this one cut back as much as I can, so that I don't need another sunroom, y'all. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is helpful to you all, useful. I thought, when Wanda asked me, "Can you please show us how you prune back Big Red?" I thought, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that so that you all can get started like now. Because in May they're going to start sprouting clades all over the place. Now, even if you do take off a new clade here or there, on one this size, it's not going to hurt. Now, on your smaller ones that you're trying to get them to get bigger, just don't remove any clades unless they look shriveled. If they look shriveled, then remove them. But you might want to take 1 or 2 clades off just to kind of balance out a smaller plant. But I'm mainly talking about Big Red today, because I know several of you have asked through the years, "Can you please do that video?" I really meant to do it last year, and it just didn't happen. So I thought, I need to go ahead and show you all. I just hang out back here, get me some tea, some coffee, whatever, put some good music on, and I'm back here for quite a while twisting clades off. Here's the thing, right here this really needs to be cut back. That is like steel. How in the world? I'm probably just going to leave that, because that is very strong growth. So this is how I do it. And I hope that really helps you all. I hope you've had a kick out of just watching me. It feels like I'm giving a great big haircut to Big Red. But it's fun. I take my time. And if I do this every day for about 2 weeks, he'll be good to go for the growing season. So I hope this has been helpful. If you all have any questions about your Thanksgiving or Christmas cacti, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll do another Q&A. But this one is one that I felt like I really needed to go ahead and share with you all. Another thing that I've been asked by my friend and member Lenore Peloso is, what do you do about the light, the LED light, after they stop blooming and into the spring? And that's a very good question. I keep the grow lights on the same amount of time all year long, on my Thanksgiving and Christmas cacti and on my orchids. They get 12 hours of LED light a day. These grow in tropical regions near the equator where they get equal amounts of sunlight and darkness. So I don't ever change my lighting. The good thing about my sunroom is in the summertime, they get a longer day length. So they know that it's summer. And I just keep them at that 12-hour LED lighting all year long. And here's some examples of some cuttings that I have that I believe will do well. Something like this, I believe that's going to root in no time. Do you see how right here the root's already kind of started? That's going to do well. Something like this, that's going to root in no time. See, I already took a little bud off. If I wait any longer to take cuttings, it's going to be kind of too late. So yeah, some of the buds I accidentally do take off, but he's bloomed plenty this winter and this spring. So, and then something like this, if I have something like this that has a smaller segment on the top, this probably won't make it. So if I'm going to root that, I'm probably just going to use that really strong section right here. That will root in no time. So if you're going to root them, just pick your strongest sections because they will do well. And here's my pretty Samba Brazil. Can you believe that it has grown this much? Yes. This one's in a 4-inch pot. And you see how it's a little bit leggy right here. So just to kind of even this plant out, I'm going to take these cuttings right here, this right here, let me very carefully, yeah, just one more. See how that balanced that little plant out. Looks a lot better. Yeah, I love this plant, so I'm going to be rooting every single section from my Samba Brazil. I'll probably fill in that pot just a little bit too, so it'll be pretty and full when it blooms in November. Can't wait to see it bloom again. And as I end the video, feel free to share any questions or comments with me. Let me know how yours are doing, and have you already trimmed yours back? I'm just really curious. How did that go? And just know that you all are a blessing to me. I appreciate you all so very much. I appreciate all of my members, all my subscribers, all to you who like and hype and comment on my videos. I enjoy hearing from you all so very much. Thank you so much. And before I end the video, I'd love to say the blessing over you, your families, and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. You all make it a great day. We'll talk to you next time.